The Legend of the Hylian Loach, Twilight Fish. And one more for the road. That's it, enough. You're being a jerk, get out. So be seeing ya. Don't die out there. Hey guys, it's Adam aka Swimming Bird, and welcome to The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess HD. We're off. This is part 21. So if you need to catch up with the series, please click the playlist link at the top of the description. So last episode, we rematched King Bulblin to protect Hylia, Telma, and the Zoran Prince Rallis on a beautiful, scenic, deadly, monster-filled, exciting wagon ride through Hyrule onto the safety of Kakariko Village. And now we've got our spiffy new Zora armor, we have water bombs, we are all set to continue the adventure and head towards the Lakebed Temple, the next dungeon. Now, if you want to go straight there, there is an easier way to do it. If you go back to the Zora King's Grave, where we got the armor, and you use those new water bombs, there's a few rocks underwater. You can just put on the iron boots, and you don't have to worry about drowning with this armor. And the one rock just has rupees, but the other one on the wall will take you straight to Lake Hylia. So that is a quicker way if you just want to go to the temple. But we are going to do some side quests. We're going to take the road less traveled, and it'll make all the difference in heart pieces, bottles, bomb bags, and rupees, and all that good stuff. So we're going to get a few things on the way. And even if if you want to do the side quest, if you go straight to the lake that way, you're going to have to take the cannon, and, it seems like Epona might be a bit faster, or it'll even out. Plus, you get to see cool chew slimes dripping from the ceiling. All right. So yeah, we're basically going back to Zora's domain through that little secret entrance that we saw near the castle town, and that will take us upstream. We can just kind of follow the river down as we collect new stuff to have Link fill up his pockets with a bunch of junk. Okay, so over here, we're almost there actually already. Epona is so fast. There's a little detour. One thing I really love about this game that it kind of continues on from Wind Waker is that they use the terrain really well. Like, in Wind Waker, it's these huge seas that allow the game to load in all the islands before you reach them, so it has ample time to load stuff in while you're sailing around. This game has a bunch of canyons and stuff to kind of travel through on Epona, or just, blind corners that allow you to make sure you're not looking at stuff. So as you can see, while we're going through here, the game is loading in this next field area, and there we go. Didn't have to wait for a loading screen or anything. All right, so a little detour here before we go up on the mountain path to the left. I'm gonna stop off for something, not that important, but I wanted to show it and make sure you guys had a chance to get it if you wanted to. We could just kind of make a little U-turn here and jump right off. There we go, now she's ready to go. There are some of those rocks, like right there. That's one of the rocks that you would see in the grave area, and they're not really worth blowing up. They're not worth your water bombs because they only have rupees in them. And there's plenty of sources of rupees, like golden bugs. We're gonna get more of those. But over here is a little chest, and it has the F stamp for the Hylian letter. If you're into the Miiverse stamps, there you go. There's not really a good surface button with this armor. You kind of have to like swim your way up. It's pretty quick though. Not as quick as Zora Link in Majora's Mask, but I do like the freedom of swimming. I think it's probably the best equivalent of the like Zora's tunic or Zora's flippers in any of the Zelda games so far, not counting Zora Link, because he's just literally turning into a Zora. I do like the one Zora costume in Triforce Heroes, though, that makes you look like the old style Zora. That's like a monster. Okay, so we're heading over here. I mentioned this before, if we don't get knocked off by a Tektite, over here, past this Tektite, we're gonna jump off and I'm gonna grab some bomb arrows. We're gonna have to use one of my water bombs for this, but it'll get us through. See you later, Epona. And just narrowly dodged that Tektite there. Okay, so this is a path that will take us back up to Zora's domain without having to, make our way up the river. Here we go. It's beautiful and peaceful after that daring ride. So we could jump down there. There is a way actually up that waterfall. If you happen to fall down, don't worry. You can get back up. There's like a Zora sitting down there. I'll show you guys. It's kind of cool. A Zora will help you get up the way. But over here, you might want to use your bomb arrows still for this, because there's this one's pretty easy to just, plop down a bomb and have it blow up. But you got to be careful because these bombs will roll. They have their own physics and everything. This one is, you could use a bomb arrow, or you could just take the tiny bit of damage and hold this thing right above your dome. And not the best idea, but we only took a few few bits of damage. There we go. We got some rupees for our trouble. So yeah, there's the river downstream. This is all so much nicer now that it's not frozen. But if we go over here towards the throne room, there is something secret and kind of creepy that I really like, but it's gonna get us a something very useful. So let's jump in. All the Zoras are like, man, it feels like I had the worst sleep ever. There's one right there. Can't talk to him when we're going down with the boots, but he's watching us. Let me find the one Zora over here, because it is kind of funny if you talk to him first. There they are. They're all like, what is going on over here? They're kind of freaked out by that boulder. When you look at that rock, don't you sense something strange? Like, I don't know, like it's looking at you or something. And if you do look over at it, it is looking at us. It's really creepy, but at the same time, that's a big hint. It's also shaking. There's lots of ways that the game is telling you, hey, you might want to help this thing out. If you remember, that boulder came from Death Mountain. That's the big fiery rock that melted the ice here. And of course, there's a Goron inside. Somehow, let's talk to him.
I'm finally out. Thanks, brother. I took a nap and found myself swallowed up in lava and somehow very far from home. Yes. Well, let me give you a token of my appreciation, brother. This is all I have on me right now. I hope it will do.
There we go. We got a bomb bag. And now, this is one of the few games where we get an extra bomb bag. We get multiple ones. So now that we're good to go with that, we'll head out of here.
Say, where am I anyway, brother? This place is a little cold for a hot spring. But hey, this is nice and cool. I like it. It is a cold spring.
They don't know what cool water is like. Now this Zora over here is going to be like, whoa, there was something in there. Ooh, we got a little too close. We don't want them to think that we're a Zora going in for a kiss. There was a Goron hiding inside. Whoa, what a strong life force these Gorons have. You gotta respect it. It's hard to stay angry at them for long. They're kinda, yeah, they seem like they're opposites, like elves and dwarves. One is like elegant and artful, and the other is like a brute that minds stuff. But I think the Gorons and the Zora could probably get along. All right, so we're gonna get out of here. Nice swimming around, but we got things to do. So I mentioned, yeah, we get multiple bomb bags in this game, but it's not just expanding the one. We actually have our water bombs here, and we also have normal bombs now. We've got a normal bomb bag to just blast stuff. So if you're gonna blow things up, I'll put that on my R button there. But yeah, it's better to use those than try to bother with wasting your water bombs. Link thought that there was a way to dive right there. I'm jumping off because I want to show you guys. We do need to go down here anyways, but this is kind of cool. If we talk to this guy here.
So, what do you think? Is it not a splendid waterfall? This one is the largest in our domain.
Said I wasn't going to do that voice again.
And this waterfall flows directly from the throne room. If you would like, I can take you there.
Yes, let's go.
Okay, then.
It's weird that, yeah, Link doesn't say much, but then when he does, sometimes he's like, yes, let's go. It's a very formal way of speaking. But here we go. We're hanging on to the armor of the Zora. And they're so strong. They're like Magikarp becoming Gyarados that go up the waterfall with no problem whatsoever. All right. He's just going to launch us off. We're on our own. But there we go. So he's gone. We could jump down there really quick and beat him down and make him mad that he wasted the effort. If we go over to the other side, there is kind of a cool way to jump down that I'll show you guys, because we do need to go to this side of the riverbank anyways to get something. But yeah, over here, there's a cool diving board of sorts, and if we just kind of run off, then he'll do that. Whee! All right. That's always fun. I remember being younger and playing Ocarina of Time and going to Zora's Domain in that game and diving off the one. They love to put those like pedestals there so that you can really have fun diving. Okay, so over here, we've got the male Dragonfly. We'll grab that while we're at it, since it's very quick, but there we are. Another bug for the bug princess. All right, and we'll keep swimming down here and go on our way, or kind of walk. We don't really want to go down river necessarily, but on the way down, there are a couple places open. We saw them a bit when we were going through the Twilight version, but now they're all open. One of my favorite things in the Zelda games, this is probably the best iteration of it. The Majora's Mask 3D, the remake, has a really cool fishing hole system with tons of different fish, but I feel like this is still the best one over here on the side. Now that we have normal bombs, we could just, get some extra rupees. We're going to be spending quite a bit of rupees here, so it might be worth it to get some extra ones. Be careful. I don't think explosions count, but just like Queen Rotella mentioned, the Zora armor is weaker to fire and ice. So if you're going up against, flaming Keese enemies and stuff like that, be extra careful. So as you can see, our buddy there, as night is falling, there's another Dragonfly. This is the female one, all the way out there. And we should be able to hopefully grab it before it gets away. There we go. All right. So we've got both the Dragonflies already. Let's talk to Isa here. A customer. Sorry, but we're temporarily closed. And this might trigger here. Yep, it did. Didn't mean to scare you guys. It always freaks me out. Yeah, if you try to go back and then keep going forward, we have an unexpected fight. You'd think that this area would be safer now that the Twilight's gone. But we got to deal with these guys. All right. Yeah! Whoa, she's screaming and running away. Okay, I'll take this one down here and go for his buddies. I don't know if bombs would really work well on these guys. I'm trying to think of a good way to take them out together, but we'll see. You guys both hit that. It hit. Oh no! How did that? I don't know how that worked, but one of them that was closer to the bomb didn't die, and the other that was farther away was taken down. I won't question it. I think one of the better ways to do it is just lure them together and then try a spin attack, hopefully before they both hit you. You gotta do 2 of them. And let's see if I can do this. Oh, no, jeez. Yeah, it's like a puzzle, but when you figure it out, it just gets a little frustrating and tedious to try to take them down. Probably one of my least favorite parts of this game is fighting these guys when you're not Wolf Link. When you're Wolf Link, it's very easy, because you can just, use Midna to help you, but let's see if we can hit them both here, and then I gotta hit them both again. There we go. Sorry about that. Got a nice shot of Link's shin armor there. He's all ready to play soccer and grab an orange slice. All right. So now that that's done, we've opened up another portal for later. Whoa, that scared me. Who are you? How can you keep your cool fighting monsters like that? Oh wow, you... Whoa, what a champ you are. Well, what are we standing around jawing for? Come on inside. So that's open now. There's a couple things we can do here with Isa. She's gonna tell us about one of them. Golly, talk about scary. I thought I was done for. Things have been getting pretty crazy around here, let me tell you. So thanks for earlier. My name's Isa. I rent boats here. Well, I used to rent boats here, but then we had a rock fall and it dammed the river up. Yeah, I could sure use a helpful guy around at times like this. Yep, a handy guy would sure be a big help around here. Well, story of my life, there's not much I can do for you, but come visit anytime. So we're actually going to come back. I don't want to help her out quite yet because it's going to take us downriver. There's a little door to the side. It's kind of tucked away, surprisingly, for such a substantial little side quest. But over here, as you guys can see, this is the fishing hole. There's a giant Hylian Loach. I think that's what that is above the door. Fishing hole, bobber and lure fishing. Beginners welcome. Guides available. All right. And yeah, like I mentioned, this is one of my favorite versions of the fishing hole in any of the Zelda games. When we go in here, we'll see what season it is. It's very strange. I think it usually starts out with spring. So every time you come in here, time will pass when you're in this little area, but it changes the season, and it'll go through spring, summer, winter, fall. I don't know what's going on with this place, but it has its own little microclimate. Fishing hole, bobber. Yep, everything. Check for lure fishing. Sinking lure is prohibited. She, the lady who runs this, really hates those sinking lures. So this is a nice little place if you're, kind of stressed out about your quest, to come in here and just relax. There's even little ducks in the pond, and we're going to go over and talk to the lady in charge. So Isa is related to Koro, if you didn't catch that. Koro, the guy back that gave us the oil. Link is like, whoa, look at all this. I have a feeling Link is really into fishing. But yeah. Hi there. Hey, you've never been here before, have you? Well, I'm the owner of this fishing hole. My name's Hena. Nice to meet you. All right, so there's a lot of stuff to do in here, but like I was mentioning, there's siblings here. So Hena's also related to Isa and Koro because they all have birds. I think hers is the cutest. So cute, isn't she? Her name's Purdy. She even talks sometimes. So that's Purdy. But yeah, Koro had Trill, the one that manned the potion shop, and then Isa's bird is probably Plumm, that one bird that was mean to us down by the lake. That's a 22-inch Hyrule bass I caught. It's not very big, but it's a fish I spotted and caught all by myself, so I took that picture. So there's so much stuff to look in here. I'll very quickly go through everything. And there we go. That's my older sister. That shot is from the day she caught herself a 17-inch Hyrule bass. Her name's Isa, by the way. Make sure you drop by her boat rental shop sometime, okay? Lots of cross-business promotions and mentionings here. That's me and the first fish I caught here, a 28-inch Hylian pike. I swear, I'll never forget that day. Such sweet memories. And we can get our picture on the wall here if we do well enough. That's my older brother, Koro. That's a 25-inch Ordon catfish he caught. He's the only one in our family who's lousy at fishing. He only managed to catch that fish by using a sinking lure. Cheater. You can see she's got a bug up her bum about the the sinking lures. That's one of Hyrule's legendary master fishermen. Look, he's got a Hylian Loach, doesn't he? He just may be one of my ancestors. You can recognize that guy from Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time. It's the old fishing hole guy. Of course, it can't exactly prove that. It's kind of just wishful thinking on my part. And even if you look down here, there's more to learn. There's so much stuff in here. It's really cool. That's the ultimate fish book. The Legend of the Hylian Loach, Twilight Fish. Ah, the Loach. Like bass, Loaches prefer the shallows. They love frogs, but they're antsy, so they'll bolt when humans are around. They're not very active in cold weather either, so the best season to catch them is in summer. That book's a real tearjerker too. It's about how a young Hylian Loach saves Hyrule. I've read it so many times I can almost recite it. It's a little parody of Link's quest here. We've got some fish in a tank. That's a special fish tank just for my customers. I'm fond of those green gills, of course, but if you catch anything, I'll toss it in too. Of course, I don't want to encourage overfishing, so I only keep the biggest of each fish type that gets brought in. And then there's a canoe. There's so much stuff. Yeah, I'm going to try to look at as much as I can here real quick. Oh, that's my private boat. Sorry, but I don't lend it out to customers. It's a two-seater, so I only use it when I have a boyfriend. So she's going through boyfriends quite a bit, it seems like. It seems like they're almost trying to imply that she's like Milan in Ocarina or something, where Link might pair up with her in people's fan fiction. That's mine. You know, it's generally considered polite to take your hat off when you come indoors. So we got it. Also, yeah, little nod here to the Zelda series. If we look up at these, what's your story? Aren't you a little young to be interested in jar collecting? I don't want those to get broken, so store them up out of the way. And if we happen to roll into them, hey, take it easy. There's no call for that. It's so tempting. Hey, take it easy. There's no call for that. And we keep going. We're pushing it. Come on. Can't you try to control yourself? I'm going to have to ask you to leave. And one more for the road. That's it. Enough. You're being a jerk. Get out. And she kicks us out. But don't worry. We're not banned for life or anything. We're just, being a little stinker. She kicked us way out. We're all the way by the water. So let's head back in real quick. A couple more things in here. And we do get some rewards for going to this. It's not just a lark to go to the fishing hole, like in Majora's Mask, where you don't really get anything out of it, other than just the fun and fulfillment of catching fish. What? I apologize. If saying sorry solved everything, all the soldiers in Hyrule would be out of jobs. Fine. Apology accepted. She didn't really think that was that sincere, it seems. So over here, got something very interesting. Ooh, that caught your eye, did it? I made that game, I gave it a really fun name, too. ROLLGOAL! It costs 5 rupees to play, but you win 10 rupees if you make it to the goal. Well, so, want to play? Sure. So this has multiple rounds. We're going to just do one here really quickly. The rules are simple. Roll the glass ball along the path all the way to the goal within the time limit without dropping the ball. You can change the angle of the camera with R as well, so use that well. Ready? Press A to start. So this uses the gyro on the gamepad, but luckily it's pretty subtle gyro movements, so you don't have to worry too much. I'm not going to change the camera, and I'll do my best to do this, but I apologize if it falls off. So yeah, this is almost like Marble Madness. Oh! I got too scared and it went back. Oopsie daisy. Game over. Want to try again? We'll go one more time. If not, I'll come back and do this later. There is an actual goal to doing this, other than winning some cash. You can get a special lure, which is, jeez, tried to skim that corner. All right, we'll give up for now. I'll come back and do it later. Ooh, that's too bad. But every time you beat it, you'll have to leave and come back, but she'll have a new stage for you. And if you beat all the stages, you get a special lure to help catch that loach that she's been on about. So want to try some lure fishing? It's 20 rupees for the whole deal. And there's no time limit, and the canoe rental's included. That sound okay? Yeah, let's do it. Okay. Well, seeing how this is your first time and all, I'll throw on the guide service for free. Let's go fishing. So normally having her come with you is 100 rupees, so it's pretty expensive, but she will give you tips on where to fish. So we can kind of just row around here, and I already spot something good to the side. We can tap A to change our lures or call it quits. What do you want to do? So we have all these lures. There's a swimmer lure. The back and forth action attracts all types of fish. Popper lure to get those deep water fish. And the spinner lure. So it's nervous fish will go after that. But yeah, there is a fourth lure that we can, or a fifth actually. We've already mentioned the sinking lure. That one's hidden and she hates it. So do not use that around her. But those lures will help you catch different stuff. It's mostly for fun. And you can get a nice Hylian, there we go. Get a nice Hylian Loach to get your picture on the wall. She gave us some hints on how to find that. She clapped for us. What's that? A piece of heart? Ooh, whose heart did you catch, you big sweetheart? Don't be shy, this one's yours to keep. All right. She almost has the, it's like the fake affection of someone who's working at a place and trying to make you, butter you up so you spend more when you're there. All right, so we can kind of go paddle around here. This pond is pretty big. There's lots of little areas. The one towards the back, I believe, is where you find the Loach. But at the same time, we're not going to worry about that. It's not even the right season. So we're going to call it quits. You really want to quit? Yep. All right, so we're out of here. We'll be back to fish later if you guys want to see it. So let me know in the comments. But we're heading out for now. Ooh, all done? Too bad this time, huh? Oh, well, it happens. Well, better luck next time. All right. And I think that's about it. If you talk to her, you can kind of get some hints about looking at some stuff, I think. She says take a look around and everything. Yeah, you can also get yourself a charming and savvy guide, but that deluxe fishing package will run you 100 rupees. What do you say? So yeah, she'll also say take a look around and everything. You sure? Go ahead and poke around the shop a bit if you want. If you see anything that catches your fancy, use the control stick to zoom in for a closer look, okay? All right, so we're out of here. I think we pretty much caught everything that she's going to talk about. But if you guys want to see it, yeah, we'll come back. We'll beat Roll Goal for real. We'll get that extra lure and try to get the Loach because it is kind of fun. I remember when the game came out, I spent so much time here and just fished for a while before I continued the adventure. Now there is something other than a heart piece we can get. I'm trying to keep my eyes open for ducks and stuff because there are cute little ducks that will swim around. It'd be nice to see them. Is that one over there? Let me see. Yep, I gotta show you guys this before we go back to that side pond. There's little adorable ducks that'll walk around and they'll go in the water. They get a little scared of Link, I think, but if I can get in the right spot, I can kind of show you guys. Look at them with their little webbed feet. They're quacking. Yeah, you guys know I have a weakness for cute animals and especially little birds and stuff, so I had to show you guys that. It's a nice touch. They're just kind of there, but they do kind of add to the liveliness, the ambience of the game. So if we use our normal fishing rod that we got way back at the beginning of the game in this little area here, hopefully we'll get a nibble. And, oh, didn't quite grab it there. Let me cast again. This little side pond, there's a sign here that I'll show you guys in a second, but hopefully we'll get what we're here for before we leave. Oh, there we go, fish on! As the dawn breaks at the fishing hole, what did we get? So first we just caught a green gill. These small fries are everywhere. You can catch these whenever you want, so let's let this one go. They'll give you hearts and stuff for catching them. There we go, and is it what I'm here for? Let's see. It is! It's an empty bottle. Not only can you use this, but it'll clean up the waterway in the process. 2 birds, 1 stone. All right, so we got another bottle. That's what I was here for. All right, and this little sign will kind of hint, don't litter. Do not toss empty bottles or cans here. The fish are crying. Keep the fishing hole clean. I feel like Hena probably wrote that. All right, so we are out of here. Got a few more things before we finish, but we're going to take a very quick trip down the river all the way to Lake Hylia, and then we'll finish up by getting over towards the temple here. All right, but yeah, let me know again. I mentioned it a couple times, but let me know in the comments if you do want to see the fishing hole stuff. I know it would probably make for a more laid-back, chill episode, but I think it would be fun. That is one of my favorite parts. So the river here, now that we have gotten rid of those Twilight beasts, we can actually do some stuff, but it's not quite ready to go. We're going to have to help Isa with clearing things out, making it a better place for boats to go before she'll allow us to do a different game. She's got multiple games here, and even her bird has a game. I just get so awfully bored here when there's no work. I want to open up again, but we need to take care of those rocks blocking the river first. I wish someone could do something about it. I'll help. Really? You're a lifesaver. Well, do you think you could do something about that rock? I'll give you some bombs and arrows, so just put them together and shoot bomb arrows at that thing. All right. So she gave us some extra bombs here, and we are gonna throw those down. There we go. Gotta have my bow there ready first, and we're good to go. All right, and then don't look at her, Link. Look at there. I know these gals are pretty, but there we go. All right. So she kind of lended us another bomb bag here, a third bomb bag. Yay! You did it! Well, my gal tells me there's still some rocks blocking the way along the river, so you should take care of those too. Here's the boat. Hop in. So even though we just helped her with the one thing, she's like, get in the boat, get going. And now, it's a teensy bit dangerous downriver of here, so don't leave the boat, okay? One of our part-timers is waiting down there so you can get the details from her. And when you're done, you can keep that bomb bag and everything in it as a token of my appreciation. So be seeing ya. Don't die out there. So this is kind of tough to control. Almost harder than controlling Epona, if you can believe it. It is kind of like a whitewater rapid here, where we really have to fight the current to not hit into driftwood, and getting the rupees is very tough. I'd like to see if anyone out there, I'm sure there's somebody, but if anyone out there is able to like hit every single rupee along here, that seems so tough, because as you can see, I'm really fighting this current. There we go, we got a 5. Got a 5er. But yeah, it's really tough to fight against it. One thing about the Zora armor that I wanted to mention is, at this point in the game, we're not going to run into too much fiery or icy stuff, so we can kind of just leave it on. But later on, there will be ice areas and stuff, if you didn't see from that one path we went down a little bit before. Ah, you've come at the request of the shop owner, haven't you? Well, I'm in her employ, part-time for now. I'm sorry we've troubled you so. There's some rocks. You see, these rocks are blocking the natural flow of the river. All you need to do is use your bomb arrows to destroy the blockage. All right, so let's, it's on the wrong button there. I thought I had it on Y, but it's on the shoulder button. They kind of moved it for you, so you couldn't use your Gale Boomerang or anything strange. You did it, thank you. Ah, and the water has already begun to flow. And I shall guide you to the mouth of the river. Follow me. So we're gonna get some rupees dropped by this little charming Zora here. Oh, jeez, that works for Iza. Yeah, very tough. You don't want to oversteer, obviously. You have to kind of paddle. Like a real boat, you want to like paddle back and forth to make sure you're staying even. There we go. It's probably not as tough as I'm making it out to be, but it is tough to stay going forward. You have to alternate and not hit. Oh, jeez. Whoa. We were doing better a little bit there, but now we're in the thick of it. There, yeah, we hit some stuff. I don't think you can really get yourself knocked out of this boat, luckily. But it's a little rough. If you hold forward, Link seems to just kind of alternate where he's paddling, so you don't have to worry too much. But the river is still not gonna do much to give you any help about where to head. There we go. Get that one. Now we're getting it. Threading the needle here. But yeah, what I was gonna say about the Zora armor is, like, it's nice that you don't really need to switch it off. I think they learned from putting the Goron tunic and the Zora tunic off and on in Ocarina. Same with the iron boots, how they switched those to an item rather than clothing. But at the same time, it feels like Zora Link is just going to take over the game for a little bit. There's no need to really go back to the other tunic until you get farther on. So hopefully you guys like the cool design of this armor, because we're just going to probably wear it here. All right, the Zora gave us no warning, but we're going over a waterfall. And here we are at Lake Hylia. We're almost done. Thank you guys so much for watching and being patient for each part of this adventure. Let's talk to them real quick here. Good job out there. Okay, and we'll have another familiar face here in a second, I think. You have truly done us a great service. Now the shop can finally reopen. When we were closed, my boss's temper only got worse and worse. It was a rough time for all of us. Oh, and another thing. I don't suppose she promised you anything special for doing this, did she? Just that bomb bag, right? Oh, yeah, she tends to bribe people with whatever's lying around. So stingy, really. It's all right. I'll let her know you kept it when I get back. Okay, so we got our second bomb bag of the episode, which is crazy. Once empty, you can carry, yep, get a bunch of different bomb types. Now, if you'll excuse me, come visit at the shop sometime. They're headed back as well. Man, and they're magically taking the boat with them. They got to take it up the river and everything. They got a tough job, but the Zoras can really do it. And they actually animate her going away and most likely up the river. I don't know if she'll... Yep, she's going to do it. Yeah, the nice attention to detail here of actually showing her take the boat up the river. Lots of cool stuff. All right, we'll let her go. And then over here, of course, this is Plumm, which is probably Isa's bird, who's going to say, Plumm has no need to speak to humans. So when we can turn into a wolf again, then we can go back and talk to Plumm. There is one last thing I want to grab over here before we finish up. In the next episode, we are headed in to the dungeon, which is way down there. When this place didn't have water, we were a little closer to it. But yeah, it's still pretty far down. And we'll get down there in a second. Make sure you have at least one water bomb. But if you don't, there is a little Zora down there that is going to sell some water bombs to us for a hefty price. But they are worth it. You can only hold 15, so it's pretty easy to run out, especially if you've been using them as normal bombs. But now that we have 2 bomb bags of 30 normal bombs that we can just, throw on there and use whenever, it's a lot easier here to conserve our water bombs. There we go. I was getting my iron boots and I ran into a rock. But right over here, one last little reward hidden in the shallows. It's something that we got earlier, but a different one. It's the letter W. All right, I figured I'd grab that. I'm not too worried about the Miiverse stamps, but I wanted to show you guys, for everyone who cares about trying to collect everything. Thank you guys so much for watching. Next time, we will dive down into the depths of Lake Hylia and head into that dungeon at long last. I'll see you guys then. Please leave a like if you enjoyed this. Goodbye.